Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to the Vintage Story Guide. In the last episode of Rain and Fog Simulator, we got to digging out some gold from a quartz vein, and we put together, or rather finished repairing, this set of armor, the Forlorn Hope set of armor, and my, do we look fancy in it. Look at that. I think I like the no helmet version though, minus the hand in front of my eye. There we go. That's better. I think I might wear this to our 100th episode world tour. Yes, I think I might. Clank. And with that, we have gotten ourselves ready for the world tour, but we still have a bit to go to get the rest of our base and the world ready for the tour. And that is going to be today's episode, as well as probably the next couple episodes up until the world tour itself, because there are a lot of things to do here. We have a lot of small things, like these weird stones still here. We have this bit of hallway and that random fire that needs to go. We have this unfinished hallway. And we have this area outside. We have that down there. And let's go take a look. So what we have down here is kind of unflattering, honestly. I mean, if this were the entrance to, I don't know, a house or a museum, you kind of, well, you wouldn't notice it for one. But two, you have this really lumpy land. You gotta go up to here and down the other side to get in or out, and it is just awful. I mean, or I guess you could squeeze through here if this were, you know, visible from anywhere, but it's not. You have to sort of delve first before you can see it, and to get to the dell you gotta come in from this side of the lake. Right down here. I mean, it is not terribly obvious. So today I want to get to work kind of starting to build out our path down from our home, whether it be down this way or through here, but I want to bring a path down and out to the lake, and maybe even build a little dock. I could almost just build a little dock right here or something, and that way we could have like a little entrance where visitors to the Silver Mountains can come in. They can follow a path that goes up into what will eventually be the jungle, which will hopefully happen in the next couple episodes. I guess we'll see. But yeah, bring them up here. We'll have some kind of walkway through here. We'll turn this into something interesting, possibly a lake, I don't know. And then they will come to our front door, which I don't know if you've noticed, but we don't have a front door. We just don't. Hey, don't hide your eyes. It's shameful, I know, but don't hide your eyes. So yeah, we don't have a front door, and that's going to be another one of the little things that we need to tackle at least before the 100th episode. It probably won't happen today, but it will happen before we show off everything in this world. So today's plan is going to be terraforming and building a path and getting all that process started. So I say, let's get to it. Alright, so what I think I want to do is I want to start with a path, because that's kind of the main feature. We want to have a path that comes out from our home here, and I'm just going to start it like here, like this, and maybe we'll actually try to put the path at the level I want it at. So that means we'll need to dig out some of this and some of this. There we go. Now, I think right here, we'll probably end up filling this in, and therefore our path is going to go straight across to this little hillock here. And here's where we start changing the landscape, because what I think I want to do is, I think I want to keep this. I was going to actually tear it down, but I thought, what if we leave it up, but instead we carve through it? So we'll just sort of like dig this way at basically a, do you mind? At basically a 1-to-1 angle, or 45-degree angle, starting probably about here, and that should bring us out approximately down here, I hope. I guess I'll find out. And then what we can do is we can sort of carve these back so it looks like we actually cut a path through here, which I guess we did, but, you know, one that's actually, like, makes sense from a real-life perspective. You are just not gonna leave me alone, are you? You know what? Enough of your shenanigans. You're mine now. Your name is Lunchmeat. Okay, now that I put Lunchmeat away, I think what I'm gonna do is maybe we don't cut straight across. I mean, that would make the most sense, logically, but what if we cut across and then kind of, once we got to the face here, what if we then cut this way? That could be interesting too. I think it might look more interesting. I'm trying to avoid using the word interesting too many times, but here we are. So what if maybe we had a couple layers, or a couple levels of just this, and then we go down not at a 1-to-1, but a 2-to-1 ratio. Let's see where that takes us out here. So a 2-to-1 slope brings us out about here. You know what? That's actually probably okay. We can then kind of just curve it this way a bit. And we are just going to fill this in. I'm going to use the full blocks for now, just so we know where our path's going to go. Later, we will go ahead and use the different types so we don't have to jump up these steps here. And then from here, I think we're just going to kind of wend our way down here. Just kind of marking them down. Our path will end here. So we could build like a little dock or a little wharf, have a little like shack, or at least like a little place to dine or something. Could build a little boat out here on the water, just like a rowboat. And then when you want to come up to the house, it'll be kind of sparse here. I want to keep the beach here, I think, and I might keep this little pond. But then as we get up here, we'll hit jungle, and the jungle will plant. Probably not this episode, maybe later. But we'll do path up this way, and then once you get into here, you'll kind of really be in the jungle for realsies. Like, I want to have kapok trees and bamboo all over the place here, so that if you're standing here, you can see back down the path, but you can't really see anywhere else. That's my goal. So with that, let's go ahead and we will just start kind of digging out this path a bit, if you don't mind. Come on. Don't want the grass pieces. Yeah, so we can start laying the path here then. Not quite like that, I don't think. And there we go. Get this whole thing filled in. Okay, with that done, we now have our initial path in place. So let's go ahead and widen it out. While we're building, let's talk about the future of the channel and the Vintage Story Guide, since we're getting very close to episode 100. If you tuned in a few episodes ago, we had a similar talk, but now some plans and ideas have started to solidify. So I wanted to take a minute and have a chat about where we're going from here. After episode 100, the release cycle of Vintage Story Guide episodes is going to slow down. Right now, I'm planning to continue releasing episodes every other Monday, starting on January 9th, 2023. At some point thereafter, Vintage Story version 1.18 will be coming out, bringing massive changes to how the land generates, as well as new clutter blocks and possibly new lore to be discovered. Will I cover 1.18 in a full Vintage Story Guide series? Probably not. The main loop and activities of the game are not going to change much, so the content you would see would be very familiar. Too familiar, in fact, so I think I'd like to let Vintage Story mature and grow a bit more before I dive back into another full series. I have also been invited to the Rusty Gear server as part of that survival multiplayer collaborative project. As of right now, I am planning on joining, so you can expect to continue to see Vintage Story content, just not in this world, and you'll be seeing and hearing other people on the channel with me. What else? If you've been following my Wildlander demo content and are up to date on it, then it's probably pretty clear that we're about to hit the end of the road regarding what content that game has to offer. So that will be ending soon too. That leaves us, right now, with one Vintage Story Guide episode every other week, and approximately one episode of Vintage Story Rusty Gears every week or so. The schedule on that is still up in the air. So, what's next? Well, it had come down to Unexplored 2 or Star Sector. However, it looks like Star Sector is about to drop a big new update sometime in the next couple months, and it's supposedly a big one, big enough that it's worth waiting for. In the meantime, I was going to fire up Unexplored 2, but at the moment it appears the developer is working on fixing some pretty serious bugs with the world and level generation, and I'm not confident that those will be ironed out by the time I need to start recording. So, I'm sending it to a vote. I'm going to pick a few games that I think I would enjoy playing, and which I think would fit well on the channel. Patrons are going to get first pick of the lot. I'm going to make a decent-sized list of games, and the three that get the most votes from my patrons will then go head-to-head-to-head with everyone here on YouTube. If you'd like to be part of the first round of voting, head on over to Patreon and pledge at any level. The poll on Patreon will go live as soon as this video posts, and it'll stay up for about a week. Then the 3 winners will go up on YouTube, probably for about another week. And there you have it. That'll be where the channel heads, at least for a while as you work through whatever game comes out on top. Thanks as always for watching. Now let's get back to the video. And here we go, we have the path, most of it, pretty much done. It heads all the way down here, and down to the water. We're going to replace you with a slab that I don't currently have. That's fine. But yes, so this is going to come out to here, and get really foggy. I was thinking about up here, and what to do about this. So, what we could do is we could try to smooth the land over and sort of make this, you know, sort of a split, like it'd be a sort of Y-shaped sort of hillock here. But I'm thinking it might be a little more interesting to use a retaining wall instead. We can go get some basalt and make some bricks, and just sort of build up a little wall, maybe like 1 block away from where the road is, so we can have a little bit of like a garden space, or at least some space between the road and the wall before we smack into whatever kind of fence we put in there. So let's go fill in that one little piece of path that we missed, and then let's go get some bricks and some more dirt and see what we can do. Alright, that was here. And then retaining wall. I'm thinking we come in, say, here. I'll leave you alone, why not? Do we leave a full blocks space between this, or how do we handle that? Let's take a look. How would this look? I think this might be okay, actually. But, rather than basalt bricks the whole way down, what if we use something else? Maybe acacia, or even purple heart? That could be pretty cool. And then we could have this sort of inset by 1 block a bit, just to give it a little definition from out here, even though we're probably unlikely to ever see it from this side. Let's give that a try. Okay, first let's go ahead and we will just fill this stuff in like so. Thank you, Wolf, for the commentary. And then I brought some junk dirt to drop in underneath, just in places that are, oops, too tall. Just in places that are too tall. where things could spawn and be spooky. Don't need no spook in here. And let's just start with 30, just to see how this would look. And we're going to come in basically there. You know, I think I kind of like it. Just kind of getting a feel for the color in this very dim and sodium lamp sunset light. But, you know, I kind of like that splash of purple. And I think it fits better down here where there are other, you know, bright and vibrant colors, as opposed to up in our breakfast room where it was sort of the brightest thing in the room. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's do it. And what I'll probably do is I'll come through and probably chisel off some of these corners here, just because it's a little chunky. And we will, of course, need to then figure out how to do these, because we're going to need some full blocks and some slabs. And we want to make sure that anywhere that we put a slab down, we don't need to chisel it, because bad news. So yeah, let's go make it day, and let's get to work. Now, it is morning, and I am no animal expert, but I am pretty certain... Yeah, I heard the sound of Piggly Wigglies. Hey, guys. You only gave me 2? Well, that's kind of a bummer. That's okay, though. That's fine. Well, let's go ahead and we'll feed you to breed you again. I wanted to get a couple breeding sows in the first generation and later. But yeah, there we go. We are on our way to having a family of pigs. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, just so we can know where our softer corners are going to be, is make those softer corners. So we're going to chip off this quarter of the block. Oops, along there. And that should do. And then we'll come in here and we'll just apply whatever blocks we need to. And there we go. We have a little retaining wall. Got some bright color to it. Then up here we have a bit of a sort of buffer between us and falling off the edge, because we're going to need that. Now, for the rest of the walkway, what I'm thinking is I kind of want to scatter some fences along here. And I'm kind of leaning toward using the rough-hewn fences, because they're kind of just interesting and, you know, the kind of fence you'd use outside when you don't really care about how weathered they get. And since this is sort of going to be the jungle area, we're going to put some of those rough-hewn fences down here. But we're just going to sort of scatter them, like just here and there to have a bit of interest, and maybe put a lantern on them, maybe plant them around some flowers, that kind of thing. So what I'm thinking is that maybe we'll start here, like that, or better yet, like that. This is our entrance. Heard that. And we'll grab you, and we'll just drop you back up there, and we'll tuck a fresh one of you here for now, but I'll come back to you later. I have some ideas for that. And then just as we come down here, maybe have a little bit of a fence here. Like so, and drop one more lantern. Then maybe down here we'll have some fence holding this back a bit. Put one there. And then probably here we'll do like a couple, like we're gonna want some fence probably here and there. Like so. Have one there. We don't really need fence on this side, I don't think. Maybe a little bit here, and just there for safety's sake. Yep, safety's sake. And now we can go back to having like some sort of just pieces of fence here and there. Like so. kind of wish I'd made some more, but we have some trees where I can fell for some more wood. And I do probably think I ought to be replacing this blue clay with some regular grass, and I will do that at some point, but not right now. But I think we will go and fell this tree here, and use this wood to make some more fences. There we go. So from here, let's maybe do something here. And where's our last lantern? Oh, it was a while back, so let's drop one here. And then we'll come down here and we'll have a bit of a fence along here. Drop you there. And then lastly, we will stop here. And that leaves us here. We can have one more lantern right about there. And over here is where we'll have, I'm thinking a little dock and then like some kind of little shack. I might level this and bring it down to this level. And then we can have a little sort of like a dockside shack where, you know, you might go to get some shelter from rain or take a quick nap or store boats, that kind of thing. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do that now. I'm also curious to see... Interesting. So as long as you don't harvest your pumpkins, they do in fact stay fresh on the ground forever. Well, we'll leave you guys there. And I'll take these back upstairs in a minute after I take down this little lump of land here and probably push this one back too. And here we have our newly somewhat flattened landscape, and we have a path here. I think we can work with this. And what I want to do is right over here, we'll have our little shack, and over the water, we'll have a bit of a dock. So I have some thoughts on how to put that together, so let's go take a look at what we have. Okay, so call me crazy, but I'm thinking, what if we kind of reverse our theme down there from up here? So up here we have, do I have any I can see? Yes and no. Let's go up here. Can we see our roof from here? Just barely. So we have these colorful roofs here, and I'm thinking, what if instead of like a brown/kapok floor and a colorful roof, what if we have a colorful floor and a bamboo roof? You see, in our last harvest of bamboo, I didn't turn all of it into the blocks. I saved a bunch so we can make them into roofs. Somehow. There we go. So we can make a whole bunch of bamboo roofing and have an interesting roof down there, then have a very colorful floor, like it's some kind of, you know, beachside cabana kind of thing. Whoop! That was close. That was close. I think that could be a lot of fun. So let's go and sleep through the night, and you know, I could have sworn admin killed those wolves. Anyway, let's go to sleep tonight, and then we'll get down there and I'm going to gather the materials and get started on that little building. And the dock. And good morning, everyone. What a day. This is a great looking morning. Very little fog. Bright light. Let's get started. So what I'm thinking is I kind of want to build the cabana right up, sort of right at the water's edge, but maybe not right up against the path. Let's go 2 blocks out. And we may end up scooting this land back just a little bit more to make more room for us, but that's okay. And let's go ahead and do... I want an interior that's got purple, red, orange, and yellow. So it's going to be an 8x8 interior. So we need to go 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we'll be pushing this land back a little bit more. That's fine. And then let's just go ahead and finish out this perimeter with the basalt bricks. Done. Let's go ahead and we'll get our pillar bases going. We won't finish them just yet. We'll get them started so we know where they're going. What I was thinking was we could have a doorway, say, I don't know, here. Do you want it in the middle? No, let's do it offset a little bit. Let's do it here instead. And we will continue our little walkway over there. Like so. let's go ahead and get the floor in. And I wanted to show you what I was thinking of. So I wanted to do something like this, without that one doing what it just did. Then just fill in the rings. Just like we're making a roof up on our base. Or say up there. There we go. Now our roof is our floor. And next we can make our floor our roof. Let's start by dropping these guys here. We'll raise this up. This won't be a particularly tall building, so I'm not going to do a 4-block tall pillar. We'll just have that be where it is right now. And I'm thinking what we could do is we could maybe like sort of cut this in half so that only part of the building actually has like normal roof. So we could even do something like, let's do this. And we're out. There we go, and there we go. And then we'll come in. I'm thinking that we'll do something similar to up there, where we have some of this ebony on the floor, like as sort of the base wall, and then we'll do some of the sandstone bricks for the upper levels. So we'll just go do some of this. Something a bit like that. And then for around here, I think we could do some more of those gates and fences, the rough-hewn ones. Oh, apparently there are not any rough-hewn ebony fences or gates available. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can pick something else. Maybe we'll do some kapok rough fences here. I think that sort of lighter color would be a better contrast than, say, more of the purple heart or some of the acacia. Also, I'm wondering if purple heart also doesn't have... Yeah, purple heart doesn't have the rough-hewn fences or gates, so yeah, moot point, I guess. Let's go get some kapok, and we'll fill this in a little bit. Although, maybe first we'll just do a bit of a dock. Let's go ahead and we will just do... you. And you. We'll drop you there. I think we'll do a bit of this. This dock will be a little bit above the water. I think we'll do 3 in between. And then we'll have these come up. Like so. But of course, we can't have this resting on muddy gravel. There we go. Much better. And then we'll go one more out, I think. And there we go. Simple, sweet little dock. Just like that. We can do our fishing. We can place a lantern to keep things from spawning on it. Like so. Also drop one in here. We'll probably want 2. One for inside, one for outside. And that should be about enough, I think. Okay, let's finish these guys out. And I think for our doorway, we are going to want some more of these. And I've had a change of mind about what we're going to use for our walls. I'm thinking it's pretty tropical here. So we're not going to want big, thick walls made of stone. Let's go ahead and make our doors, though. And we will do these kind of doors. I think we want to come on this side. Not quite like that. Much better. What I'm thinking is we're going to want walls that let us breathe. And sure, we could just use windows. We want doors here too, don't we? There we go. In lieu of, like, stone walls with windows, what if the walls themselves are permeable? So I'm thinking we could play around with some of these guys. Since we couldn't do it with the ebony or the purple heart, what if we used this to make our sort of walls? This way it really is like a beachside cabana where it's like it's, you know, cheap construction. It's not going to last. We'll have to replace it every couple years. Gotta find our axes. I don't like this gap too much, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that. Although maybe if we were to fizzle something, that, you know, a full block that would give this a solid side for this to connect to, but I'm not that concerned about it, honestly. There we go. We have a little place to sit and watch the water outside. Watch all the butterflies die in the water, apparently. Morbid, but whatever. Hey, look at that. Comes out perfect. Okay, now, for the roof, I wanted to use the bamboo. I brought along a little bit more, because I think we're going to need to make some of the center roof bridges. I was going to do just sort of a square with beveled corners, but since we're changing the dimensions by cutting it off here, I might just do sort of a barn-style roof. So, let's get up there and get this roof on. I like that. Haha, just kidding. I don't have enough bamboo for this. We'll do the other shaggy-looking roof instead. That's going to be a double gotcha because I don't have enough bamboo for any of it. Yeah. That's going to be annoying. And as I recall, there isn't a whole lot of bamboo in there. I don't need much. If you look down there, we only have like 4 or 5 pieces of roof to go. Need bamboo? No. Oh, right! We have bamboo in our little farm area. Let's go grab some of that. And let's get this roof finished. Sheesh. And lo and behold, I think we got it. Look at that. Alright. Now, this, I kind of feel like this is a bit too chunky here. So I think we're going to take you down. And I was going to put like a little roof over this, but I'm thinking maybe we just do a little pergola instead. What I'm thinking is we, of course, replace you, since you're visible now. And we'll finish the fence off, and then we'll just do something like this. Maybe one in the middle. Or near enough. Like so. And then we just hook this up to the house. There we go. And now we just have a neat little outdoorsy seating area. And let's see, where could we hang you? Maybe we could just put you like here. And then maybe we have like a bit of a, I don't know, like a bar kind of thing going on. Just a bit like, maybe like so, and then like that. Of course it doesn't line up. Of course it doesn't. Like that. Not quite how it actually worked, but that's okay. And then we have room for this guy here. Right there on the corner. Oh, better yet. Let's put you here. Then we'll put a little, like, a pillar here. It's a heck of a weird-sounding crash of thunder, but okay. Is this the appropriate size for a pillar? I don't know. Or load-bearing? Sure, I think that works. Then we could just do something cheeky like this. Not quite like that. Let's do that. And then that. I think we have, yeah, here we go. One right there. And then all we need are a couple tables and chairs, and we're all set. So, we'll come in here with a couple custom tables, like one here and one there. And say here and there. And a few chairs. Because, of course, need chairs for a table. We'll spin you guys around a little bit. Nice. And then let's flank the door with a pair of these, maybe here and here. And a little crooked like that. We'll just chuck a couple of you in there for some greenery. And then we can do the same thing inside. Let's put a bigger potted plant right here. And then we can scatter a couple of pots around. One for each table and one for the bar. Like so. And then we just drop some conversation pieces in here, like maybe a little barrel cactus and golden poppy. And maybe we'll drop a cornflower in there for some bright blue splash. And there we go. And there we have our little lakeside cabana with a little outdoor eatery and indoor seating area. And yeah, just a neat little place to get some shelter from the rain, but still get a breeze through. Oh, and of course, there's something I forgot. We have a dock here. We need a boat. Luckily, we have the Rowboat mod installed, so let's go try that out for the first time and see how it works. Okay, so the rowboats need... whoa. We need 60 boards and 3 resin and a saw. Oof, as I recall, here we go, ore. The ore is easier than the boat, but let's see what we can do. I think we still have a load of resin over here. Yes, we do. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. We have a... we have a rowboat, I guess. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It's pretty big. It's pretty hefty. You can just walk around with it. I love it. Bash, bam, clang. Sending everything crashing to the ground. Okay, let's get our oars going on. I do wonder if we can stick the oars on a tool rack. Alright, folks, we got our oar, or our boat. We have our oars too, but the boat's sort of... Oh, cool. Okay. So what can we do here? Oh, we can't stand on it, apparently. Oh, we can pick it up. Alright. So crouching picks it up. Standing on it does nothing. How do we get in the boat? Oh, there we go. Okay. We had to click, like, right on it in a weird spot. Well, that's awkward. Okay. I guess that's, yeah, that's that. So it is WASD controls only. What happens if we hit the shore? Nothing. But we, like holding our oars up in the air. Let's go and drop this boat off right at the dock. Hopefully it won't despawn or anything weird. And now we're dual-wielding oars. And can we put you in here? Oh, we can! Oh, that's cool. There we go. So we have oars and we have our rowboat here, ready to use on our lakeside cabana. Well, everyone, I think that is about all we have time for in this episode of the Vintage Story Guide. I hope you enjoyed the slight terraforming and the walkway progress we made from the house, dare I call it a house, down to the lakefront, as well as our little lakefront cabana and the dock. In the next few episodes, we're going to continue getting our house and home ready for the world tour, including getting some jungle going on around the house, and then we'll see where life takes us after that. Don't forget, if you want to have a say in what comes next on the channel, go check out Patreon and sign up at any pledge level. You can vote, and then we'll see where we go from there. As always, my name has been Corazar. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.